right, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about numbers and number theory and how it can help you and why you should use it. So let's get started. What number theory is? All it simply is taking a scale and assigning a number to it. And it's the major scale is what we're going to be talking about. So let's just start with C, which is all the white notes, okay? So that's C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and it brings us to C. Okay? And we're not going to talk about the notations and chords and building chords right today, but let's just talk about how chord progressions, all right? How we can use this for chord progressions. So we are basically assigning a chord or a number to each of these notes in the scale. So let's look at this. So usually in a C major scale, when you're playing a song, usually C is a major chord, okay? All right, and then usually D can be either minor or major, okay? So we're going to play minor. We're going to use just minor today, all right? E is usually minor. All right, F major, G major, A minor. All right, and now B can be a lot of different things. You can do like a G over B. You can do a diminished chord, like we can do a diminished chord. All right, there's a lot of things you can do, and then you're back to the C. All right, so that is major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, and then we'll just say diminished for now, and then back to your 1. All right, so all we're going to do is then put a number to that. 1 is C, 2 is D, 3 is E, 4 is F, 5 is G, 6 is A, 7 is B. So if you know some scales, if you can learn scales, you're just putting a number. You're just calling it 1 through 7, all right? So what we're going to do then is just take the major and minor, and we're going to apply that to the number. So when we say, let's play the 1 chord, that's going to be a C major, okay? If I say play the 4 chord, that's going to be a F major, because we're 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? 6 minor, because A is 6. Now, when you count up, it's straight in order, but you can also go to the octave and count down. 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, okay? And so that's all number theory is you're just assigning a number to that notation in the scale, okay? Now, how do we use this? There's several ways we use this. In live play, we can call out numbers that we want to do to ad-lib stuff, or switch to different songs. You know, we might have a chord progression that's like 6, 4, 1, 5. So that'd be A minor. All right. 6, 4 is F. 1 is C. And then 5G. Right? You could have that, and you could be playing that chord progression. And then you, for whatever reason, you may want to switch and say, all right, now go to the 4. And you go into something else. You can go 5, 6, and then you can go 3, and now you're in a different song, a different thing. So it helps you on the fly. It helps you learn songs in every key. It is much easier for me to think about the number than it is, where we are in what key and what letter that I need to apply. All right, so when I'm thinking other keys, so to transpose, it's easier to think about the 1 in every key than just, or the 4 in every key, because the 1's easy because that's whatever key you're in. But the 4 in every key is easier to think about to me because it's relative to the position of where the 1 is. Does that make sense? So if we go to E flat, without me showing you the scale, right, I can just walk down 5 over 7, 6, 5, 4. Now 4 is A flat and E flat. And I can just do the numbers in my head Or walk it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, A flat. And it's easier for me to get there when I'm thinking about the numbers than just try to memorize, you know, all the letters. Uh, Also, when you're learning songs, numbers help me learn songs because I will recognize, instead of just looking at letters on a page, or trying to find what that lettered note that they're hitting or chord that they're hitting. I can look at chord progressions, right? So like I did before, 6 4 1 5 is a common chord progression, right? That's in a lot of songs. Like for instance, I see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory for the battle. It's too hard, right? So that's common, and that's in a lot of songs. And most songs have four main chords in it, which is 1 5 6 4. Okay, 6 minor, 5 4 1. So I can start with those chords and start, especially if I'm doing it by ear, trying to pick out the song if I know the key. And you can go look up the key on many sites and figure out what it is if you can't hear it. But you can start with those four chords and try to find the rotation of that. And you can start getting the chord progressions down. And that'll help you learn songs. When you start seeing those patterns in the songs, it'll help you. It also helps me for runs, okay? So if we have like a crazy run or something, so like for instance, they're in key, we're in E flat, so E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, back to E flat. All right, so if we're doing like a fast like song or a shout or something like that in E flat, like the concepts I learned maybe in another song, I can apply to this song because I know those numbers, right? So like for instance, there was this one like run that does 5, right? And it does 7 flat, 1 2 1 7 flat. And it does like that, okay? And I can apply that to any song I want because I just know it's those numbers. So I can go to like A flat, all right? And I go to the 5. So if I go 6 or 7 6 5, that's E flat, okay? All right, so it's now it's the same thing in A flat because I'm just doing the numbers. I'm not thinking about the notes. I'm just in the numbers. 5 7 flat, 1 2 1 7 flat. All right. So please let me know if you have any issues with or questions about number theory that I didn't go over. But I hope this helps about understanding number theory and using it and why it's important. Thank you for watching.